We've got protests going on right now in Columbia, Roland Park, and Forest Drive to the city dock here in Annapolis. And Baltimore city leaders are thanking demonstrators, especially the youth, for rallying peacefully. WMAR 2 News' Dave DETLING joins us live from downtown Baltimore, right outside police headquarters, where the mayor just wrapped up a press conference thanking the protesters and the police.
Dave, we understand some people were arrested last night. Any idea how many?
Hey there, well, we know of at least 6 people that were arrested, and Baltimore city officials say with all the protests going on across the country, Baltimore has really served as an example of how to demonstrate peacefully. Still, Baltimore police say there have been some instances of vandalism as well as at least 2 burglaries, which they are investigating. Despite Monday's peaceful protests, some Baltimore businesses have been busy boarding up their storefronts as a precaution to any civil unrest that might occur.
I can understand it from a property owner perspective, but at the same time, businesses can be rebuilt. Lives cannot.
Activist KWAME Rose was at yesterday's demonstration where hundreds gathered to denounce police brutality against the black community. Many stood in solidarity, calling for justice for George Floyd in Minneapolis, as well as other victims, including right here in our city. Rose said he helped calm protesters from acting out.
Our goal yesterday at City Hall and throughout the day was to make sure that outside agitators were not able to orchestrate the expressing of that outrage. So my message to everybody was to think about the strategy.
Still, Baltimore City Police say they arrested 6 people for failing to obey, including a Dundalk man who shot off a firework. Civilians quickly intervened and pushed him towards police.
Baltimore stood up and refused to let decisive and subversive agendas and actions hurt their city and cloud the message of peace and the message of change. So I'll say it again, violence against our officers and other peaceful demonstrations and demonstrators will not be tolerated.
Some business owners close to the march near North Charles Street say they did experience vandalism in the overnight hours, including the restaurant Soto Sopra, which was burglarized around 1:20 a.m. It's unclear if there's relation to the march, but surveillance video shared with WMAR 2 News shows 3 people smashing through the glass doors, stealing liquor, and ripping out a cash register. The owner questioned the time of the crime in relation to the late-night protest. Cops say they will be caught.
Some of them were in the late hours after the protest was over, and they committed that damage, and some of them are just going to be individuals from the area who are just taking advantage of an opportunity to commit harm and burglarize. The message is we're working to catch you, and when we catch you, we will hold you accountable.
Again, city officials commending yesterday's protesters as well as all those who helped calm any type of negative behavior. Mayor Jack Young says because of the exemplary behavior shown by Baltimore City and the protesters, he said he doesn't feel like there's any need for a citywide curfew as seen in other cities. Reporting live in Baltimore City, Dave DETLING, WMAR 2 News.